What's up? How's everyone doing? Darth? Seeker? Is my audio pretty good or do I need to tweak it a little bit? Alright, good. the My wife had me move around a couple of things on my desk because we put a new table in here, so before the stream I had to set everything up again. So I wasn't sure if the audio was connected well. Alright, let me switch over to a different view here. What's up, Ben? I'm going to give it a couple of seconds, then we'll get started. So how you guys doing? Good. That's good. Guess I can go ahead and boot up into that virtual machine. We are gonna... Good. Alright, I'm gonna test out this thing in the virtual machine. What's up, Joseph? So let me pull up StormOS. I already got pretty much everything set up. So let me move this to somewhere else. And I guarantee, yeah, it's gonna complain because the ISO. You'd never heard of StormOS? Well, the maintainers are in here, so if you have any questions, you can talk to them. Do I need to force that off? No. I need the CD-ROM, don't I? Let me see if this is still running. It is. Force off. Now let's try to boot it up again. Oh my god. I hate dealing with virtual machines. Let me fix this super fast. CD-ROM boot options. It should just... Side of disk. Alright, let's try this. There we go. Yeah, y'all been working on this ISO for quite a while. right, Ben? I was about to say, ever since I've known you, you've always been messing with StormOS. But let me get in a different view here so I can move my big head. Hopefully that's better for you guys. 5 years, Jesus. That is a long time. All right, you're gonna have to help me with XFCE. I, I am, I am lost. Screen resolution. We'll do 1920 by 1080. Yeah, we'll keep this config, and I'll full screen this in a second here. There. Yeah, I was trying to fix the screen resolution. Remember, I run my monitors at 2K resolution. I don't run it at the standard 1080p that everyone else does. So it requires an extra step a lot of times to, to get it looking decent. But the pro of doing that is, I think it's better quality. Yeah, you're right, Smole. It seems like there's distributions that get spawned up, and then 3 or 4 months later, they take a shit, So and Ben here and Seeker will also have they should have a decent website as soon as I get off my ass and I get coding this thing. But I've got some of it done, but it's nowhere near complete. So as soon as I get done with the website, then they'll have a better website to grab the ISO and everything like that. So, did you guys use the count? Let's go ahead and launch the install. Launch anyway. Yeah. So it looks like you guys did use the Calamares installer. I like the transparent background. That's kind of cool. Do next. I think what happens, Daniel, like honestly, I think what happens is like you get comfortable with the distribution, right? Like whether you're Gentoo, Arch, or whatever. And I think really what happens is you're like, hey, this is my setup. Maybe I'll give my setup to somebody else. And eventually what happens is a couple people are like, hey, I like this setup. But instead of just having an install script or something like that, a lot of times what happens, I think, is that they're just like, hey, here's an ISO, and then it turns into a distribution when really the only thing it is a couple configuration files that's changed, right? Like you could have easily done the same exact thing if you just put configuration files in a GitLab or GitHub or something like that. And honestly, a lot of distributions are like this. Like if you look across DistroWatch, a lot of them are they're the same, right? They're the same distribution. Like there's nothing special about a lot of these distributions, except maybe the package manager. But none of them are doing anything wow, like, and because they're so cookie cutter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think too that with so many distributions like that, like if a person wants to get their distribution out there that's actually different, um, it's a little hard, right? Because now you're competing, instead of competing with 10 distros, you're competing with 100 distros. Now those 100 might not be that good, but they're out there. So, that's my 2 cents on the whole thing. Um, it kind of sucks for people that want to, you know, have something, maintain it, and actually, it to turn into an actual project, um, rather than a couple configuration files. That's partially why I have not done anything. As you guys know, I'm a Gentoo user. Okay, I've been a Gentoo user since I was 17. I'm 37 now. Now that's roughly 20 years of using Gentoo. Now, I haven't used Gentoo the entire time. Okay, I've actually I've installed Arch before, and I've used different distributions. But you would think after a lot of that time that I would have probably made a distribution. But the reason I don't is because if you want my distribution, grab my configuration files. Like, you're gonna get the same exact thing if I package Gentoo in an ISO that you would, that you would if you just grab the configs. That's kind of why I've refused to do it. I think that's too why DT refused to do it at first too. Other than it's a lot of work. I know every time I talk to Ben, and here lately I've been talking to Seeker as well. They're always working on StormOS. Like this is the thing. So it's a ton of work. Some people don't want to put in that amount of work, and I don't blame them. All right, let's get this installed here. We'll do no swap. I ain't gonna do Btrfs or anything weird. Extend 4. Chris, StormOS, Bert. Complicated password. Next. Whoa. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Seeker. Like I know you guys have put in a lot of work. Every time I talk to Ben, he's putting in, a lot of work into StormOS. You guys use the is this where I can select different kernels, or is this showing me the kernels that are okay, I see. Yes. There's a checkbox. Okay. I didn't see the checkbox at first. The color scheme. Okay, okay. Yeah, the color scheme, I'll admit it threw it off a little bit because, like, if I didn't click on one of those and if I didn't know any better, I would have thought that this would have been a just a thing telling you like, hey, this is what we're installing. But it's not a big deal. I do want Ropey installed. Don't really need anything to install. This is just a little test. But it is cool that you guys offer different kernels. I like that. But we'll do the standard kernel. Doesn't matter. All right, location, blah blah blah. Yeah, just install. All right. Now I did give this a lot of resources, so it should be nice and snappy. Gave it 12 gigs of RAM and uh, 8 gigs of my 24 core processor. I see you guys have Daniel. So on the install right there, it looked like there was a hardened kernel that you could select, but I don't think they have a an actual kernel selector app. So what's the difference between the Zen and the I guess the regular kernel? Is the Zen like more tailored towards like gaming, I guess? Because I've always just ran the standard kernel. I think I ran a hardened kernel before, but it's been a long time. Zen is for performance. Okay. Is it a lot of performance? Or is it just like one of those things where it could be good, but it also could be, bad? Oh, okay, okay. So it's hardware based. I gotcha. All right, all done. We will restart. May have to fix the VM again. Hopefully it just unmounts the ISO and I can just boot up here. Ah, okay. Gotta unmount the ISO here. Get a full screen, I think. Leave full screen. I gotta shut it, force it off here. And then we will do boot options, and then I will put the SATA disk in front of the CD-ROM here. There we go. All right, let's talk about this. This is nice looking. This grub menu is real nice looking. I like the colors. The color scheme's good. The font's a little off, but I don't know if that's because I'm in a BM or whatever. Probably better fonts, but as far as the color scheme, the selector, the background, I think this is nice. This is clean. I really like this. Uh, okay, that was weird. It didn't want to log in at first, but It logged in. Uh, change the screen resolution again here. 1920 by 1080. Keep this config. Oh, okay. So it's a light DM issue where it doesn't allow you to log in right off the bat. Run the post install fixes. Okay. Let me find it here. So as the post install fixes, only thing that does is update the system, right? Oh, okay, okay. So it fixes the key ring and all of that stuff, right? I know that's one of the issues that I have when I run. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's one of the issues I have on Arco is every time you go to install Arco, you gotta fix that stupid ass keyring. That's one thing I really really like about Gen 2 is I don't have to deal with it. Okay, so it automatically reboots. Okay. You follow my Gen 2 tutorial. Did you learn anything? Or did you have to follow it 3 times because you couldn't understand it? Because if you couldn't understand it, then that's on me. Because I need to do a better job. But I'm trying to log in here, Ben, and it's not there we go. It took like 4 times to log in. Uh One small, I guess, small tip that I could maybe look. I'll help you or talk to you about the issues because I don't think they're that bad. Okay. Yeah, one thing I could say about the light DM issue is, have you guys thought about switching over to SDDM until they come up with a fix for light DM? I know light DM is a smaller package. That's probably why you guys are using it, but it could solve an issue with the not logging in. It's no, you're right, it's heavy. It's real heavy. There used to be a other one too, because I used, God, I forgot the name of it though. Oh, it's a pain to theme. Okay, that's fair. I mean, that it's a valid point, and you're right. Um, all right, let's take a look at some of this stuff here. So it looks like we have Chromium. I'm not sure if it's LXD. There is a, you know what? We're not gonna sign into anything. We're gonna look this up. We'll do lightweight login managers. Slim. So Slim, I don't know if it's still in production or, you know, if it's still maintained or whatever, but Slim used to be awesome. It was light. Yeah, you could. Yeah, good old Slim. The problem with Slim though is I don't know if it's still maintained. But the last time I used it, it was pretty good. Slim login manager. The simple login manager. Here we go. Yeah, it looks like I mean, they haven't did a commit in 12 years. Look at it. This is how old I am. 18 years ago. Jesus. I remember using this back in the day. That's how I remember it. That's crazy. So it looks like they haven't really done anything to it, but I'm guessing it still works. I mean, it's on the Arch wiki. So you could get it working. The Slim here we go, warning. The Slim project has been abandoned. It's not fully compatible with System D. All right. Well, there's your answer right there. It's not compatible with System D. So as long as you use System D here on Arch, it's just not compatible. But we can look at display managers. Graphical. So LXDM might be a good alternative as well. Let me see if there's a fork, because that's Slim login manager fork. Slim fork. Here we go. Here we go. So there's a website for it. It's just called Slim Fork, but they look like they're still maintaining it too. Oh, this guy's rehabbing from something. So yeah, it would be probably hit or miss. All right, let's talk about let's go ahead and go over some things that I like here about the about Storm. I like y'all's color scheme. I think it looks pretty good. So you got a download manager right here. What is this? Oh, is this one of those like older like download accelerator type of apps or whatever, where you can have it multi-threaded and all of that and pause your download? You made this, Seeker? It's a front end for Axle. Okay, I've heard of Axle. Axle is a That's kind of an old program too. How did you make the front end using like the GTK GUI thing? Um, I used to know the name of it, but I can't think. Okay. Oh, you use Python and PyQt. All right. Axel. So Axel is a program. It's a console-based program, I believe. And what it does is it allows you, because you back in the day you had limited, you had limited bandwidth, right? So there was programs that was developed, and what they would allow you to do is you could have multiple downloads going at the same time, and you could also pause your download. Now, I say back in the day because most everyone's on bandwidth these days, so it really doesn't matter. But if you have shitty internet, like we did 20 years ago, you had to pretty much use a download accelerator or Axle or something if you wanted to download a bigger file, right? Because you was tying up your phone line if you was online because 56K went through the phone line. So those programs were there so that way you could download an ISO or you could download bigger files and you could pause them. That way, when you had to use the phone, you could use the phone, come back, get back online, and you wouldn't lose your place. Um, so, so I'm bringing that up because I started using Linux when I was uh, fax noises. Yeah, I started using Linux when I was 14. All right. My first distribution ever was Red Hat 7.2, not Fedora, Red Hat 7.2. All right. And I used GNOME 2X. If y'all remember GNOME 2X. And so how me and my buddy did it while we was in school is he downloaded this. You needed two discs to install it. And I downloaded the first disc and he downloaded the second disc. And then I would burn, you know, right. I burned him the my ISO and he burned me his ISO, right? That way we both had a copy of Red Hat 7.2. But because we were using 56K modem at the time, it took us 2 days, 2 full days. That means tying up your phone line for 2 days downloading an ISO. So we was a Windows user back in the day. So we used a program called Download Accelerator. It's just like Axel, and it allowed us to download this ISO, and then when we went to school, we could pause the ISO. That way, our parents and whoever else was in the house could use the actual phone line. So that's kind of what Axel is. All right, let's take a look at. Okay, so you guys are using Thunar. So nothing in the directories here. What's this translator? I guess translating from different languages. That the GNOME 2X source code is still available. Wow. Did they fork it? Isn't that what Mate is after, or Mate's? Yeah, that's what I thought. But GNOME 2X, I personally liked, just because it excuse me, because it reminded me of so much of the like Windows or whatever. Now these days I can't even stand a desktop environment. I need a tiling window manager, but yeah. Oh, cool. You're gonna add a Mate edition? Give people some choice between XFCE and Mate. That'd be good. Okay, so I'm looking at y'all's translator. That's pretty cool. Let's see if it works. Should spit out Ola. Ola. Nice. Okay. Hey, that's pretty quick too. My name is Chris. We know where. All right, cool. See what else we got here. What is this? Y'all got mouse pad? Yes, we do. You know, it's funny, Small. When I was creating the thumbnail and everything, and setting everything up, I was doing that same exact thing. I kept wanting to type StreamOS. It's part of the language program. Okay. So we got so this is a wget front end. Downloader for movie files. Okay. We got the calendar here. Nice calculator. I like it. One thing I don't like though, and I don't know if this is a XFCE thing or what. I don't like, and I'm a little biased, guys, because I run a tiling window manager, but I don't like how double clicking on the icon, you're thinking just launch the damn application, but you get this stupid menu every single time. Now, I don't know if it's because I need to mark it as executable. Let's try it. Doesn't matter. All right, that's the calendar. Okay, so you had to mark it, you have to mark it as executable at first. Because that was kind of annoying. But once you mark it as executable, it seems to just pop up as it should. I like that you guys have a default weather application, or weather applet. That's kind of cool. And it looks like it has some geolocation on it. What's this down here? Is this the mail? Mail watcher, okay. Look at the properties. All right, this is all XFCE type of stuff. Okay. Yeah, that was my question. How come they weren't marked as Yeah, same here, Darth. I have not used a desktop environment in forever. Besides occasionally when I use KDE, but that's very, very occasion. Mr. Ben. Some of your applications ain't marked as executable. Have to do that stupid thing. Like on every icon. Check out the terminal here. This is alright, what terminal y'all use? I'm guessing this is XFCE terminal. Yeah. Fonts, JetBrains Mono. Good selection right there. That's a damn good selection. You guys use nerd fonts. Yeah, that's what I use too, small. I use Kitty and I'll use Kitty for most things, but if I need a scratch pad, I just use the ST terminal for scratch pads. But because this is XFCE, I can understand just using the XFCE terminal. Like it makes sense. It does. It makes sense. And packages. It looks like there's not a lot of packages installed. That's good. I like keeping it minimum. That's good. It's real good. And you got NeoFetch pulled up automatically. But we're gonna start digging in to some other stuff. I want to look at some configuration stuff. Do we got Vim installed? We do have Vim installed. Good job, boys. Good job. Don't have NeoVim, but we have Vim. All right. Nice. That's good. All right. Vim. Do bash RC. Oh, you're using Oh My Bash. Okay. We got a theme going on. And I do like how you kept in the the stuff that you can enable or disable if you want to. I do like that because you know it gives the user more choice, right? But at the same time, it looks like you do have some defaults that's pretty good, and you got some default aliases as well. Um, I have never heard of New Shell. I might have to make a note of New Shell. Yeah, I do like that though. All right, let's take a look at see if there's any other. Don't have LSD installed. Uh, it's in the Gentoo repo. Okay, I'll check it out. Give me something else to do. I do like how y'all have the Oh My Bash though. Gives it a little theming, while keeping Bash because Bash just works. So that's pretty good. Um, looks like y'all don't really have. So you got GTK4 installed, looks like. What's this shell? Well, I don't. Is that ZSH maybe? Okay, so I got some errors there. So I'm not sure what this error is right here for when I hit ZSH. It's probably just a like a history type of thing. That's what it looks like. I couldn't import the shell history, but that's all right. Get out of that, and I'll go back to Bash. See, failed to write history file. ZSH history. It's a. Let's take a look at this. I'm gonna take a look at this real fast. Cache ZSH. I'll remove it. Now it's try. Now it's try to do it. Okay. Does not exist or is not readable. Please fix this or set history file to something else before using McFly. So it looks like there's something going on with the McFly, whatever that is. I'm not sure if that's a package, an add-on for ZSH or, you know, plugin, whatever. LSD is not found. Okay. Another problem. Picking y'all apart. All in good fun, though. Just trying to help out. All right. So when I switch shelves from Bash to ZSH, ZSH is looking for the command LSD. ZSH can't find LSD because LSD is not installed here on the system. Now we can fix this, obviously, but just informing you guys that there's that's a bug. Gotta install LSD. Now, if I do ls, it works. Well, the default is bash bin. See, the default is bash, and bash works. Bash is it straight up works. The thing is though is like if we do ZSH, yeah, if we do ZSH, right? It was when I did ls, it was expecting the LSD command. So the way you could fix that is either A, install LSD out of the box and just keep it on the system, or B, remove LSD from the ZSH configuration. or from that alias. Either one will work. But it's just something to take note of that you know. So if I do config, is there is a ZSHRC, and command not found LVM. You removed it? Okay. Well, let's cat this then. Let me see something here. All right. So it's there. So I'm not sure what. Tell you what, I just gotta. If I can type here. Big ZSH. No. Did you name it shell? I think you did. Cat aliases. Let me see this. Here here we go. There we go. So you have Vim alias as well. See, it says LVim. I don't know what LVim is. I'll use nano for this, I guess. Alias is RC right here. And then let's look for that LVim. Because there's something. So we got yay. All right, here's another. Here's another small bug. All right. If you want to use this maggot alias, can't really do that because you guys don't have NeoVim installed. I don't think. Okay, LSVim is NeoVim. All right, but that's a quick fix. Just we could just install NeoVim. Sudo pacman. See, still looking for LVim. I don't know what LVim is, and I don't even know where it's. Line 33. All right. Keep wanting to do Vim. I gotta do Nano. No, you're good. You're good. Well, so here's the thing: is I don't. It's not the ZSHRC. It's there's an alias of something that, and it's only an alias for Vim. Oh, okay, okay. I'll look at the nano aliases RC. Oh, here we go. Vim, LVim. Good. That was good. Thank you. Because I did not see that. Yeah, I don't know what LVim is. But like I said, easy, quick fix. Now if we vim into alias RC, there we go. So for the most part, Ben, it looks like everything works, you know, where everything works out of the box. There's nothing glaring that I see. It's just a couple of, probably just a couple of nitpicky type of things. LVim is Lunar Vim. Yeah, they don't have it installed. Yeah, so for what from what I can see, it doesn't look like a bad distro, but I mean there are a couple of configuration stuff that you know either add something. You're gonna have to add something to it, or you're gonna have to remove it from the configuration in order for it to properly work. And for Bash seems to work right out of the box. But again, if you're wanting to switch to ZSH, uh, there were a couple of things with ZSH that probably needed some work. Um, yeah, yeah. No, I'll admit, dude, I'm nitpicky. I'm nitpicky, but I'm trying to give honest feedback. Nothing nothing mean or anything. Just trying to obviously I want to make this better as well because um, I know the guys spend a lot of time on it. Let's look at the y'all's wallpaper that you've. So the wallpaper, it's probably some default wallpaper, right? That y'all really haven't done anything with. This is all XFCE wallpaper. Not that big of a deal. Um, but yeah, I do like the color scheme. I like how y'all use nerd fonts right out of the box. The grub theme looks good. Mainly, the only problem, yeah, the main thing was the icons need to be set as executable. All the ZSH stuff needs to be looked at again. Couple programs probably need to be installed by default or removed from the configuration file. And of course, there's the bug with the login manager. Um, that's honestly the only things that I've seen so far that's probably bad. Uh, the post installation script is kind of goofy, but I get it. If you want Chromium to work properly, then you kind of have to do it. Um, but whatever. And Firefox does come default anyway, so you could definitely use Firefox. Hey, and you guys kind of themed Firefox a little bit. I do like that. That looks pretty cool. So let's see what stuff y'all have added to Firefox here. So we got some open H.264 stuff. Here we go. Cookie auto delete. Good. That's good. That's good. HTTPS everywhere. Good. So good. You guys have added some privacy type of stuff inside of Firefox. I think that's real good. Privacy is important. Um, thanks, Daniel, for stopping by. I appreciate it. And have a good night. I would agree, Small, that Firefox used to be a little bit better than what it is now. They just keep they they add features to it that I feel like are very like only a certain amount of people are gonna like this type of stuff, like it's not, some of these features ain't universally liked, like they're very niche, and it kind of messes with everyone else's experience like on top of it. So like this stupid ass button right here, right? Let's take this button for instance. Like, what is this? I like this is goofy to me, right? Like to have this right here, it's goofy. And you don't know how many times I have, and I get it. I could probably remove it, but you don't know how many times I open up a tab up here, and I accidentally hit the stupid button. And for what? Like, why? Firefox View, like that's what they call it, right? And look, they want you to sign in to create an account. I don't. Yeah, I mean, you're right. There's a lot of stuff. Um, the one thing I do like about Firefox though is there's a crap ton of plugins. So I mean, you can customize it, to your heart's content. It just sucks that you have to customize it in order for it to look or to run decent. New container tabs. I guess that's a container for your tabs. Never use some of these features. Let me take a look at some other stuff in Storm here. See if there's anything else I can see. What's a StormOS browser? What's this? What browser is this, guys? Oh, okay. Huh. You make this in Python too? Well, let's look at the music player here. Oh, we found another bug, fellas. Did y'all see that? Now this probably has nothing to do with y'all, but it is something to kind of jot down here. Let's try it again. All right. So I want the music player from this menu. Watch, Ben. Hit the arrow. Go to music player. Last time I did this, it locked me out. So I don't know if it's gonna do it again. Boom. It's a VM bug only? Okay, okay. I didn't know if it was, you know, saying nothing. I wasn't sure, so I wanted to let you guys know. The programs work on real. Okay, that's right. Didn't DT mention something like that in one of his videos? Didn't he? I want to say, because he did a live stream and he was taking a look at something and he was saying that same thing, that one of the music player, I think it was like the totem player or something like that, didn't work properly in a VM, or it was something to that effect. But since we can't open it, we can see if it's I'm guessing it's VLC, correct? That's the actual movie player. And I don't know what music player you guys use. Did you rewrite the movie player too? Okay. Nice. Nice. Well, I mean, good job. But yeah, I didn't know if it was the VM or whatever. You're good, man. Python's a great language. I suck at it. Here's the weird thing about me is you would think like scripting languages are easier, right? They're easier to learn than your harder, you know, like compiled languages, right? Like Rust and C and C++ and all of that jazz. I have a hard time learning scripting languages. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I'm so used to creating variables and declaring like creating my functions before I can use them, and instead of like using everything like on the fly. I don't think I think it's just that mindset. But I know I've tried to learn Python in the past, and uh, I kept wanting to because I was learning the Django, and I kept wanting to like you know int int whatever, and then set that to whatever, and then use it later, and it was like this kind of ain't the way that it works. Of course, in C and C++, Rust, and all that, yeah, it works better for my brain, I guess. I don't know. What y'all doing with the November release, Seeker? Good. That's good. So, is there anything that I have not covered that you guys would like for me to kind of look at here? Um, I think I've covered a lot of it. But is there anything that you guys have noticed that I haven't you know I haven't looked at that you guys would like for me to look at here on stream to kind of show off any of y'all's hard work? I guess we can look at the system monitor, right? I mean, that's okay. So y'all have a utility program. I like that. So you can go through here and you know. So that's good. You have a utility program. I wonder, y'all got HTOP installed by default? Yes, you do. Good job. Uh, System resources here. So it looks like um a little under 800 megs, about 750 megs, which isn't bad. Not for a full desktop environment. Seeker, is there anything that you want me to check out? All right, name it. What did you want me to check out, Seeker? And yeah, I like B Top too. Have I ever heard of Helix Editor? I have heard of it. I have never. See, I've used Vim, NeoVim. I'm an Emacs user, um, so I've heard of Cocoon. I've never played around with it, and I've heard of Helix. I've never used it. So that might also be something to check out or a video idea. You want me to check out Chromium? All right. What do you want me to check out in Chrome? You want me to look at the bookmark any site? Okay. All right. Show distro watch. All right. Done. Oh, nice. All right. That's impressive. That's nice. I like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, this would be really helpful. You know what else would be helpful? Well, I don't know how you would manage to do this, but if I had you know, like categories or whatever, um, it's just something maybe a feature that you could probably add in later. Um, that's cool. All right, let's try this then. All right, and it works. It works if we close out Chrome there, double click it. All right, pops right up. Yeah, yeah, not bad, not bad. That's pretty cool. Um, I do like that. I don't know if I, if I would ever use it or whatever, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the one or two, the people that have like one or two bookmarks, yeah, you probably wouldn't use this bookmark manager or whatever. But people like you that have 1,000 bookmarks, okay, it makes sense. If you could figure out a way to categorize or to have some of that stuff like split up into their each category, then excuse me. You'll never remember your useful site, yeah. Uh yeah, that is cool. Jesus. 200 tabs? Do you put them in a you put them like in a list, or I mean, is it one giant list, or is it at least do you have them separated by like, like work stuff, fun stuff, or whatever? Like Matt does. I know Matt's a big tab guy, and I know that's how he does his. He'll have 500 tabs open, but they're in a nice category. Not even a little organized. That's funny. That's good. So we don't have any extensions for Chrome, but you could always get extensions. Yeah, that kind of sucks, but it's a VM thing. It's not, you know, not really anything y'all could do. Make your own StormOS VM. Yeah, you would be so something like that. I mean, you wouldn't be writing that back end by yourself. Like you would use some kind of virtual machine back end. Is there any other feature seeker? Good deal. All right. Well, like I said, overall, pretty good. Just a couple things, whatever. But overall, pretty good job. Um, you guys are doing a pretty good job. All right. I'll have to maybe in November I'll do this again for you guys. That way, um, you know. Yeah, man. So no, I'll help. And I can help you guys too. Especially for a couple of things like the nitpicky things that you know, I was talking about. So here's what I'm doing. I'll give you guys 10 Lee J. Yeah, he stopped by one time and I think he was trying to troll me or something. I don't know. But you know how Josh is Josh, right? Like I don't care. Um but as far as the channel, so I recently, and I told Ben this, so I recently switched my schedule up at work. the videos, I was pumping out a lot of videos for the channel, and then there was a time when I know you guys wasn't getting videos. You know, it was about once a week where I could actually do a video, and that's because I was working a ton and everything like that. I have recently switched up my work schedule, so now my real life work schedule, um, I can pretty much pick my own work schedule. Um, what that's going to allow me to do is I should be able to pump out 2 videos a week, and then I'm going to try and talk to my wife and figure out when, you know, are good times for that I can stream about once a week. I'm going to stream a couple hours. I picked up a third monitor for my system. So I have an idea of how I want to set up a stream, um, and that way I can do 2 days a week. I can do my YouTube content, right, my videos, and then one day a week. What we're gonna do is we're going to pick a program, so any program, and we're gonna spend a couple hours and we're just gonna configure the shit out of it. So the my first program that I think I would like to, you know, we're gonna sit down. Everyone's just we're gonna, you know, get in a live stream and we're gonna look at WesTerm, which is a terminal emulator. It's something I've checked out before here on the channel, but we're just gonna sit down and we're gonna figure out the configuration, and I'm gonna take ideas from the stream as well as ideas from, of course, myself. And after we configure this thing, right, I'll throw it up on my GitLab on a separate repository for everyone to download and to use, especially if they put, you know, their input in it as well as mine. So that's the channel plan, kind of going forward. I'm pretty sure I could pull that off with this new schedule thing. Before, I really couldn't pull it off because I was working, you know, 10-hour shifts 4 to 5 days a week, and I can't, you know. There has to be an Emacs configuration. We'll see about that, Darth. We'll see. That would be cool, but I think, you know, I think I have enough bandwidth as well. Did the stream lag any at all today for you guys? Like, was there any sort of bandwidth lagginess or anything? Smooth as, all right, all right. 2 or 3 times, okay. Well, that's the thing, Darth. If I do that stream, you know, like, we don't have to finish it all in one setting, right? We can, the next week we'll look at it again, and we'll keep doing it until it's, you know, it's a finished, you know, product, I guess. Okay, so it didn't lag. So Seeker said it lagged a little bit for him, but okay. So I think on the first stream, I'm gonna try it, but I think I could stream to two services at the same time. So I was gonna do YouTube and I was gonna do Twitch. That way, hopefully, I can get some more, you know, people on Twitch. Because eventually, what I would like to be able to do, like in real life, right, is I want to slowly stop actual work. Like, my ultimate goal is to be able to do stuff like this full time, right? So, now that I've almost got 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, there will be ads once I hit the 1,000 subscribers, and that's just because of the monetizations. But that'll give me a little income for myself, because I have all these videos. I've never made $1 off of any of these videos. I appreciate it. I hope it works out for me too. It feels like I've been doing this for a lot longer than I actually have. So, um, but with the dual streaming service, we might do a test run to make sure there ain't no lag or make sure everything is smooth as butter. And yeah, hopefully that works out. And if the dual service doesn't work out, then I'll just keep everything here on YouTube. But the third monitor that's coming tomorrow, that's going to what that allow me to do. Right now I'm on a dual monitor, right? And the reason I'm not looking at the camera like this is because my other monitor that OBS is on and the chat is on is left hand side. So with the third monitor, what I could do is I could have set layouts for certain, like taking a look at certain stuff, and I'm gonna do a lot with OBS and have different scenes like set up. Hopefully it's a nice thing that I can kind of configure. I've been learning the GIMP here lately to work on my graphic skills a little bit. That way you guys can, you guys will get a better experience watching, the content and everything like that. Like everything I do is strictly for you guys. And I know this mic, you guys say this mic is okay, but come Christmas, my wife is going to buy me a XLR microphone. This microphone doesn't have any bass. It sucks. Like it's a good microphone. It's a good starter microphone, but it doesn't have bass at all. So everything is kind of monotone, right? Now the reason my videos sound like I have bass in my voice is because I go and I edit, the audio and I configure all that stuff. But after Christmas, I'll have an XLR, professional microphone, and that'll also be a little bit better. Yeah, no, I agree, Small. That's why I've recently looked into, I need to learn how to use GIMP and everything like that, is because I noticed that too. Like I'm doing some good things with my thumbnails in terms of like the fonts are really cool, the and I keep the color scheme kind of the same, but that's it. Like there's work that I could do, and I know this, and so it's one of the things that it's gonna take a little time. Like it's not gonna be an overnight like masterpiece, right? Like, but hopefully going forward, you guys see a little bit of like, oh, okay, I see where he improved here, and I see where he improved. Just over time, hopefully it becomes better and better, and not, not where it's been. Like that's the goal. And all my thumbnails are. Another problem with my thumbnails too is they're all kind of the same, right? Like, you know how I make I'll tell you guys how I make a thumbnail. All I do, the only thing I do is after I make the video, I'll watch the video in VLC, right? I'll pick apart in the video in VLC. I'll take a snapshot. I'll get into like some sort of paint program or whatever, right? I'll remove myself. And then I throw that thumbnail up on a website and I click a couple buttons to blur the background and I add some nice looking fonts. I do think I choose good fonts. And that's it. Like it's not professional. Yeah. Wait a minute. I had 200 people? I have not even looked at YouTube, the actual YouTube thing. Yeah, yeah, my color scheme's all right. And I went with. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The color scheme. The reason I chose that is because that's the Gentoo color scheme, right? Like that purple and that pink, right? Whenever you think of Gentoo, like you think of the logo and everything like that, you imagine that purple, that purple G right there, and so that's the reason I chose that. Now I didn't want to do something. I didn't want to. I'm not gonna copy DT or Mad or anybody. I don't want to copy those guys verbatim. Some of those guys have really good ideas. Uh, but I don't want to copy. You don't want to steal. You don't want to steal their hard work. Because it's hard, man. Like this, it's kind of hard to you know do some of this stuff. You got to keep the energy going, and it's like a constant type of thing. But yeah, on my new, so I can't show you a picture, but because I haven't gotten it done. Right now. Yeah, you did. We just got done looking at everything. Um, but if there's any questions you have, you feel free to ask, and hopefully I can answer them. Ah, there's some things that about i3 I just don't like. Well, the problem with YouTube is one of the issues I found with YouTube is that okay, like I went from what was it? I remember when I had 73. It was like I had 73 subscribers, and I had 73 subscribers forever, right? I made 2 or 3 videos, and then I noticed I went up, to like the hundreds, right? And then I made a couple more videos, and it kept happening. But when you don't make videos and you don't pump them out like every day or every other day, like they seem to like almost remove you from the algorithm. Because when I was pumping out videos every day, like I shit you not, it was like I was getting 10, 15 subscribers a day. But when I stopped doing that because of real life and everything, like I still get subs. Like I think I've gotten 10 subs since we've been, streaming or whatever, but or at least 5. But it's not, you know, you like you have to constantly be working, right? You always have to like you have to do a video a day or a video every 2 days, Um, you don't want to avoid like you want to avoid burnout. That's a serious thing too, like burnout. One of my problems that I have personally, is coming up with topics, right? Or coming up with an idea. That's why in my videos, when I say, leave me a comment down below, guys, and let me know, whatever, right? I mean that. Like, yeah. Quantity over quality. You're right. But in my videos, if you notice whenever I say, hey, leave me a comment down below, give me an idea, like I'm being dead serious. Give me an idea because some of the idea, like sometimes I have fantastic ideas, and other times, like I'm walking around the house and my wife's like, "You're pacing again," and I'm like, "Yeah, because I'm trying to think of something to come up with," and it's not, it's not always easy for me. I mean, and I don't want to cover like I don't want to do the same content that everyone else does. You see that? Yeah. I have changed my color scheme, Mascus. I have changed it. So I haven't changed it here in I3. The I3 is Dracula, 100%. But in my other window managers, I have changed it to the Capuchin. The Capuchin Mocha, I think, is the color scheme that I use now. I like it. I think it's easy on the eyes. But you're right. Dracula is, Dracula is still really good. But yeah, you can see my Emacs config here, and we can do my README, and I got the Capuchin theme going here. Let me. But yeah, you guys can see my Capuchin type of thing. I need to change it though here. This is a polybar at the top here, and I just need to change it in polybar. Now I can see why Darth and Matt and everyone else, why they spend so many hours making these scripts to automatically change their color schemes, because it's when you want to change a color scheme, if you don't have an automated script to kind of do everything for you, you have to manually go in and, fix every single app that you got and all that shit. So, yeah, well, I'll tell you the simple reason I don't use Wayland. And one of the big reasons I don't use Wayland, right here. Let me this is why I don't use Wayland. Oh, Neofetch. Right there. That's why, yep. That's 100% the reason I don't use Wayland. So the NVIDIA thing, would I give? Absolutely, I would. Yeah, 100%. Like that's the thing. Like I don't like I know different people have different opinions about System D and RC, and different inits, and they're protesting against certain distros that use certain things like Wayland or X. I don't have anything against any of those. Like it's all open source software, and I get it. It's been around forever, and it's buggy, and it needs to be fixed, right? It needs to change. The only problem I have with that is the NVIDIA support sucks. It absolutely sucks. And as far as System D and OpenRC and SysInit, it's it's a init system. You don't even interact with the init system all that much. You interact with the init system unless you're a system administrator. You don't interact with the init system at all, really. Like maybe when you install the system, and maybe a couple of times when you make, like when you add something to the to the boot run level and stuff like that. But other than that, who gives a shit what init system you're running? Like it all works, right? Like yeah, that's the thing. Would do I prefer OpenRC to System D? Uh, Both of them work. Uh, OpenRC, like OpenRC is a little bit lighter on their resources, right? It's a little bit easier to use, in my opinion. Um, but there are some real benefits of System D, and System D, like I think if I had System D on this machine, like on bare metal, it would probably boot up faster. Honestly, I think it would boot up. It would probably boot up faster than the OpenRC. Because I got System D on my Gentoo Virt Manager, my virtual machine. I'll show you guys this real fast. Virtual machine. So I have a Gentoo System D virtual machine, right? We can open it up here. Let me send this to, and we can boot this thing up. I'll show you how fast this damn thing boots. All right, System D virtual machine. Here we go. Done. I mean, it's it's yeah. The That's what I'm saying. Like OpenRC, it's way lighter than System D, but they both work, right? Like it's not. I need to see what the see about an update here on this virtual machine. Try to keep my virtual machines, bro, updated. Sync here. Yeah, like it's not even a big deal, right? Like the performance is, it's like running NeoFetch versus not NeoFetch, right? Like you don't really. I mean, is there a performance hit? Yeah, there's a small one, right? But it's not that big. Like it's not something that you're gonna be like, oh my god, it's taken forever. Like it's just like with there's a lot of things like that, right? Where it's like if you need, like if you're running ARM architecture or any sort of architecture where you need every single bit of power that you can get, I get it. I do get it. You want to run the lightest, the fastest, all that stuff, right? Because it makes sense in that scenario. But if you're an average Joe desktop user that has resources, it's not, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, DWM burst is awesome. Yeah. It's like technically DWM is probably faster because it's written in C. But guess what? You're not going to, unless you're taking metrics and everything, like you're not going to notice a difference. What's up, Blossom? I think I'm saying your name right. Hope I am. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's oh my god. uh yeah, I'm definitely not gonna be doing this update while I'm streaming. Because I would probably kill the stream with everything. Yeah, yeah, I don't want to. I mean, I would absolutely destroy this stream if I started this update because I think I want to say I gave this. I mean, I gave this virtual machine a lot of performance. Like, gave it most of my processor. One thing I do need to fix though, and I'll fix it probably off stream, is I recently, because I'm going to that 3 monitor setup. I have 2 monitors that's gonna be the same, and so it's my middle monitor and the monitor that I'm gonna have on the right hand side. Those are MSI monitors, and they're pretty decent monitors. On the left hand side, or what OBS is gonna have on it, is kind of a shitty. It's kind of a shitty monitor, and one of the issues is I switched my cores around in the back of my computer. So if I do, let me, hold on. Trying to make sure I'm off that VM here. See, it's not. All right. Virtual machines kind of, it's wigging out a little bit. But in X org, the configuration file, I need to switch it that way. This monitor, like if I move my mouse to the left, it'll go to this monitor over here. And if I move to the right, it'll go to my newest monitor that I get. Right now, what happens is if I move it all the way to the left, you can see my mouse. It doesn't go to this other monitor. It goes just to the edge of my current screen, right? But if I move my mouse to the right, it moves it to my OBS monitor, which is on the left-hand side of my screen, or left-hand side of my current screen. So yeah, I need to I need to flip those. Actually, that's another thing about Wayland, right? Like, monitor stuff is supposedly a hell of a lot easier as well. Um, I don't know. I've never used it, but I've heard I've heard it's better. Maybe if I do this will work. All right, give me a second here. Okay. Hey, I fixed it. Okay. See, now the wallpaper is all different, and I flipped them. Yeah, yeah, and that's what I've heard as well, is that it's a lot better. Well, all right, guys. I think I'm probably about done. I want to thank all of you guys for stopping by. It was fun chatting to each of you, and we'll, like I said, I done told you guys what I'm gonna be doing with the channel here. Give me give me it'll probably start in a couple weeks. My idea. Now next week, next week, I'll be starting on my new schedule, but I want to give myself a week of actually on that new schedule before I come up with, we start doing the streaming ideas and everything. But yeah, that we will be definitely be doing something, and I'll have everything posted and everything like that. Everyone's welcome. Okay, so when we start this idea, like I said, we'll pick a program, we'll sit down, we'll configure the shit out of it, and then I'll put it on GitLab or whatever, and everyone can download it and have fun. All right. So thanks all for stopping by, and yeah, man, you guys take care, be safe, and peace.